It was very clear that when the Chief of the Air Force indicated on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, that though there is information of a turn back, but it was not 100% identified to be MH370. And that is why we have expanded our search to the Straits of Malacca, now further on, as I have said in my statement. That has not changed.
On the first question, we are now working very closely with our team from US to get whatever information of satellite in the US, and we are working that to determine whereabouts the aircraft. We cannot reveal the information right now because it's still under investigation. And also this evening, the team from the Aircraft Accident Investigation Board from the UK and experts from Rolls Royce will arrive, and they also have indicated they are studying the possibility of satellite communication, whatever they have, and will share it with us. And we are doing that investigation right now. So we cannot reveal again until we have verified thoroughly and confirmed the possibility of whereabouts the aircraft is. Thank you.
Okay, RCM Radio. Video. Sila.
Sekali lagi saya tak boleh dengar. Saya tak terima berita tersebut, jadi saya tak boleh menjawab.
We're listening to a live press conference with officials from Kuala Lumpur giving us the latest on the search for the missing Malaysia Flight 370. What we heard so far right now is that they have expanded the search not only in the Indian Ocean but also east further into the South China Sea. They are now listening to questions and about to respond. And while we're waiting for the response, just to tell you one more point that they made, they are not responding to what they said, media speculation, quoting U.S. officials saying that the plane flew for several hours after it last lost contact.
The International Civil Aviation Organization, the state of occurrence to lead the accident investigation. In this case, we still categorize the incident as missing aircraft, and it says in the Annex 13, if the missing aircraft, the location of the missing aircraft cannot be determined, the state of register have to carry out investigation to find out whereabouts the aircraft. And in this case, the state of registration is Malaysia, and we are following strictly to the protocol of the International Civil Aviation Organization. Thank you.
Please. Yes, identify yourself, please.
Harry from the Royal.
Yes.
You mentioned yesterday that you had two clues. The two clues being the two areas, the South China Sea and the Andaman Sea. Are we moving towards the Indian Ocean? First question. Second question, you please confirm no hijacking.
I cannot confirm whether there's no hijacking. Like I said from the start, and I've been very consistent, we're looking at all possibilities. As regards moving on to the Straits of Malacca and the Andaman Sea, like I said, we have to confirm that the primary military radar actually identifies that as MH370.
Have you approached other airlines that encountered similar incident airplanes really to get their experience on looking for missing aircraft?
We welcome all assistance. In this case, I think the fact that we lost contact with the aircraft and we don't know whereabouts of the aircraft except for the what Air Force has provided, and that was to be corroborated. So I don't think we can make a comparison until we find the aircraft.
And this is where I would like to stress that our focus must be to find the aircraft and hopefully the black box, because that will help us look further ahead and what sort of cooperation that we need, especially on the Air France crash, which took some time to recover and get more details of.
Yes, please.
Can you limit them though?
Limit to one, please.
Regarding the unidentified data plot released by military 2 days ago. So I would like to ask whether Indonesia has detected or other countries have detected the same plot.
Like I said, that is crucial, because I'll be the one, the most happiest person if we can actually confirm that that is the MH370, because then we can move all our assets from the South China Sea to the Straits of Malacca. At the moment, I'm not in a position to do that.
Yes, please.
Dr. Sri, Elizabeth from the Malaysian Society.
Hi.
Just wanted to ask Dr. Sri, this report from the US government and US officials who are unnamed, they say that they received this information from the Malaysian, from their Malaysian counterparts. That's how they came up with this kind of speculation. So what?
Unless they come up with more specific who, I don't think I should entertain that sort of questions or that sort of speculation from anybody.
Yes, please. Please, could you stand up? Yeah, okay, no problem. Identify.
Sorry, can you repeat that question, please?
Did satellite receive electronic ping after it lost contact with control center?
The satellite does not receive any distress signal from the aircraft. No. So electronic. Okay. But what the US team are doing, they try their best to get whatever sources from their satellite system to come out with the possibility, as I mentioned just now, possibility of where the aircraft should be.
As I indicated yesterday, we are now sharing information which we don't normally share because of national security with agencies that could assist us. And this new information or the availability of this information in our hands being shared to these experts are now being digested. I hope within a couple of days that they can come to some conclusive position on what you asked earlier, and that I will immediately inform the media.
Yes, please. From where, sir?
Can I just confirm exactly when your distribution started searching of the rest proposed to internet?
No, I think we've answered that earlier. We've answered that earlier.
Okay.
Could you answer that? Because a lot of people said to me from the airport that it was on Saturday morning, which would suggest that you already knew.
No, I don't want to go into that today because I'll give you the timeline when we finalize it.
You don't know? You don't
No,
know?
I'm not saying, no, we've answered it.
You've answered
Yeah.
it. Will you
Yes.
answer again, please?
No. That's all you already answered, please.
Ada dakwaan dari US dengan sistem pesawat dimatikan dengan sengaja jam 1:30 pagi dan mungkin dia berkaitan dengan konspirasi tertentu menyebabkan pesawat itu tersalit ke Indian Ocean.
Setakat hari ini yang kita tahu bahawa transponder itu tidak mengeluarkan apa-apa signal kepada kita. Sama dia ia ditutup secara sengaja atau mungkin ada lain-lain kemungkinan.
We're listening to a live press conference on the missing Malaysian Airlines flight. So far, hearing that the search operations have been widened to an even bigger area, which makes things more complicated. We are not hearing anything specific as to whether they have narrowed down or have in any way found a scenario that all the information that they've gleaned so far is leading them, not even a timeline. They say they're still reviewing a lot of information, and until it is verified, will not share it so far with the media. media. They're working so far with 13 countries, 37 ships, 48 aircraft, working closely with the United States to get more satellite information to figure out where to search for the plane. That remains their top priority because that will lead them to really resolve the mystery of what happened to this missing plane.
Kita lihat tengah hari tadi di mana Yang Berhormat Perdana Menteri sendiri sembahyang Jumaat dan sembahyang hajat.
Also, the officials are refusing to confirm or speculate on data we have received from U.S. officials that show that the plane continued to communicate with satellites after its transponders stopped working and it lost contact with air controllers. They said that they're still looking at information and trying to verify it before they can speculate on that. But at the same time, they are saying that the search has been widened to the Indian Ocean because that is where those satellite pings that the U.S. is talking about indicate that the plane turned around and was headed in that direction. And if it flew for several hours, then it ended somewhere there, as you see on that map, in the Indian Ocean. But Malaysian authorities are not confirming this. They said that they had close contact with the manufacturers of the engine, who said that there was no transmission after the transponders stopped working with the engine. They had denied that, so their reports that we heard yesterday, that was a false lead, that the engines had also been sending some pings to radar. It still must be distressing to all of the families who are, a lot of them are in Kuala Lumpur, hanging on to every word that they hear from these press conferences, trying to find out what has happened to their loved ones. Earlier, Jim Clancy, our correspondent there, was saying that some of them were clinging to hope that possibly the plane could have been hijacked because that would mean that their loved ones could be still alive, but we hear from officials that they're working on all scenarios. They're not ruling anything out, but they don't really know what happened to this plane. They don't know where this plane is. And now we have heard that the area is being expanded, which makes things even more difficult to find it. One U.S. Navy official saying it was like going from a chessboard to a football field. That's how the scope has been widened, not just to the Indian Ocean, but what we heard at this press conference, it has been widened also east to the South China Sea as well. They're searching also, still searching where the Andaman Islands are and the Strait of Malacca. Very, very broad area with 13 countries that have brought in assets. We heard that they're also working very closely with the United States on the ground there to get any more satellite information as they try to figure out where is the most likely location of this plane. We also heard earlier some information coming to us from Chinese officials that they had registered a seafloor event, what they call a seafloor event, in a place where there is very little seismic movement on the day the plane disappeared. That is also yet to be considered. We have not heard this brought up at the press conference. Let's listen. They're back to English again.
The cooperation with the Vietnamese government has been very, very positive, to the extent that they have even allowed our search and rescue operations to be conducted in India waters. So what status they have put in respect of their operations, our position still stands when we are looking for search and rescue, even in the waters that we are allowed to search and hopefully rescue in Vietnam.
Okay, we now go for to the international circuit, please.
Explore the possibility that the cabin crew or one of the pilots may have been involved in this somehow?
We are looking at that possibility.
Please, one question only. Next.
Minister, Reuters, you said right at the start that the search is being extended because of new information that you have, or information that you have. Could you elaborate on that information? What are you expanding this search?
When I alluded to the search being expanded is basically because we have not found anything in the areas that we have searched.
Can you please explain whether you have any evidence that would confirm, and if so, how, that the transponder and the ACAR systems were both shut down systematically? And also, can you tell us whether or not you've searched?
There are 4 or 5 possibilities which we are exploring. It could have been done intentionally. It could be done under duress. It could be done because of an explosion. So that's why I do not want to go into the realm of speculation.
But it's 2 systems.
We are looking at all the possibilities.
And the pilot's homes?
Yes.
Have you searched the pilot's homes?
That I already mentioned yesterday,
Okay.
and that's in the realm of the police.
Okay, next question, please. Yes, please. You're from?
China and US have better equipment to do the search and rescue. Do you think it's better maybe for them to lead the search?
No, I don't think they want to lead themselves. This is a Malaysian matter, and we are working very closely with them, both with China and the US.
Yes, sir.
Andrew Stevens from CNN. You say you're aware of these media reports about the so-called pings. Can you tell me, when did you get the information? When did you receive the information about those things? And what do you know about them? Not speculation, what do you actually know about them at this stage?
We didn't say that we know that we received the ping. But this
Have you received the ping? Have you received it?
ping,
Yes.
or from the satellite, what the investigators, the expert from US are using what they know from the information from the satellite.
I'm saying, what does the Malaysian investigation team know, and when did they know about this specific satellite ping?
I think from the earlier statement which I made, I said a lot of unnamed officials are making certain suggestions, and I did indicate earlier that we are investigating. So I don't think. No, I think we need to actually go deeper into who actually made the statements, from where, on what matter, and that will be. At the moment, I don't have the information.
Yes, please.
How close? Jacob from KFP, how close are we to the factor that the plane, as pointed out by our General Air Force, that it flew westward, and reports are emerging that it did flow that direction. And how close are we close to the point of this sabotage?
It goes back to the turn-back issue, and with the experts that are working with us right now, is actually to identify whether that was actually the MH370. And we need to get verification, and we are working very closely with the experts. As soon as we find out, then, like I said earlier, we can then focus into that area. But I cannot verify that now, because what if the plane is still on the South China Sea? It would be totally irresponsible for us to do that. But I'm very happy, and I would like to remind the media that the FAA and the NTSB yesterday confirmed, looking at the raw data, especially from the military side, and said that we made the right decisions to focus on both areas.
What about reports that the plane may have been heading to the Andaman Islands?
Like I said, we've extended it to the Andaman Sea, so it will assume it will be in that direction, yes. It's a normal progression. For those areas that we have not found anything, we will increase and extend. And from time to time, on a daily basis now, I'm telling you how far we are extending. And that's in my press release today.
Okay, please.
Reports mentioned
From
the French television.
Hi.
Some reports mention the finding of a flight simulator at the pilot's house. Can you confirm? And even if you can't confirm right now, then Malaysian Airlines tell us if it's common for a pilot to have his own flight simulator in his home.
What I think you see is, I think there's a lot of Facebook posting. I think he posted a picture of the simulator in his own Facebook. All right. And as far as pilots concerned, everyone is actually free to do their own hobby. All right. So.
We seem to have lost signal there from the live press conference with the Malaysian officials, also a representative from Malaysian Airlines. I believe we have the signal back. Let's listen.
From the police that they have not actually gone into the house at the moment. Not yet.
Okay, please share.
But the investigations as regards to the pilot, that is ongoing, yeah? But we're talking about looking at this specific question on the simulators.
Okay, please.
Sir, Kashif from Time. My question is regarding the extension of the search again.
Yes.
The Air Force Chief said it was the blip or the blot was near Penang. Your search is going towards India, towards the Indian Ocean. So what is leading you to that part?
The fact that we haven't found anything in the areas that we're searching.
Yes, please. Yeah. Hold on. Yes, please.
If you haven't searched the pilot time, why have you not searched the pilot time?
I have to get back to you on that because we may have certain information which needs to be confirmed by the police because that's under the police investigation. It's only be fair.
Is the pilot now a suspect?
Like I said, the whole passenger manifest was something that we looked into.
We've been listening to a live press conference with officials from Malaysia regarding the missing Flight 370. We learned very little about the plane and its whereabouts. In fact, we learned that the area of the search has been expanded. You see there on the map, it's been expanded into the Indian Ocean to the west, also to the east, deeper into the South China Sea, the Andaman Islands, also the Malacca Straits remain a focus of this search of 13 nations. It appears the focus is now on satellite data, satellite information. Malaysian officials are working closely with the U.S. on that. We will continue to monitor the story and bring you all the latest details on the mystery of the missing Flight 370 of Malaysia Airlines. I'm Elisa Vasilova. Amampur is coming up next.